Welcome back, guys. This is Joshua Lead and Iron. So today's video is a review of the M4 iPad Pro. And I gotta tell you, this little guy surprised me. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do the things that I wanted to do with it, and it kind of, through more research and stuff, I found out that I could. I did stream some games, some mobile games, mind you, and I'll play some of those clips in this video. I wanna start off with saying that the iPad itself, in the box, it felt like there was nothing in the box. So it kind of made me worried a little bit. And then when I opened it, I realized that the iPad was literally that light. The Magic Keyboard I got with it actually weighs more than the actual iPad. And that was something that I didn't like, because it felt like the iPad became less quality. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about. Like, you know how quality stuff normally has like weight to it. So anyway, the Magic Keyboard is completely aluminum. I did get the space black, and the keyboard kind of matches it. I mean, it's black, but it's not like space black, super dark, space gray, I guess. Either way, it's very nice. I don't know if it's worth it just to have a keyboard, but it's nice.
Nice.
So one of the questions that was on my Instagram was, can you connect a DSLR camera or, you know, digital camera, whatever you're going to use other than the cameras that are on the iPad? I can tell you this, I have my FX30 connected to this, and I'm recording from it right now. So the image you are seeing is from my FX30. It is into a dongle, and with that dongle, I'm able to connect my microphone. And with that, I'm also able to connect this SSD that is getting recorded directly onto this SSD. I did not think that the iPad Pro was going to be able to do that, because it is just an iPad, honestly. I see a lot of people like comparing it to MacBook Pros and stuff, and to me that's kind of silly, because it's not a MacBook. No matter how hard people try, it's not going to be a MacBook. Though if you use it for what it's intended for, you're doing light web search, you're evidently using this to record a video, using your camera, a different storage device, and a microphone that's not the microphone on the iPad. It's like a little bit more than a tablet, but a lot less than a laptop MacBook. And yes, the keyboard kind of makes it feel like that, but in reality, it's a tablet, and people need to realize that it is a tablet that can do a lot of different things. Another one of the questions that were on my Instagram was, how is it gaming? I'm going to insert the gaming clips in here so you can see.
Enemy contact! Enemy down!
Kill confirmed.
Sniper!
Cover me. Predator missile on standby. New ability available.
Target in sight!
Stealth chopper on standby. New ability.
Enemy down! Contact with enemy! Inside! Enemy contact! Targets inside!
Friendly nuke has been launched. Repeat, friendly nuke has been launched.
Target down!
Let's go, let's go!
Enemy down!
I did do Call of Duty Mobile. It was a way better experience than I did with, my phone, because even though the screens are larger now, they're still kind of small. So having an 11-inch screen and being able to connect your PS5 controller, that was so game-changing to me. And you'll be able to see in these clips that I show you, like, this is my first game, and you'll see how kind of crazy it went. Another question that popped up, and this wasn't on my Instagram, this was actually on YouTube, was part of it was gaming, but the other part was, is it bendable, and would you let children play with it? It is bendable because it's thin. I didn't realize it was going to be that thin. It's literally the thickness of the USB-C cable that you plug in, and I'll show you. I'll put some stuff in here. That's kind of crazy. Like, to think of something that's that thin, it's kind of insane to me. Now, would I let children play with this? And I'll have to say, if you're comfortable with letting, depending on you know, how old the child is, I guess. But if you're comfortable giving them $1,000 and up to like $2,000 or whatever it is for the 13, this is the base model iPad Pro. But it still was $1,000. And I don't think that I would feel comfortable letting a child handle my $1,000 iPad Pro. Gotta remember, it is glass. I personally would not, but that would be something that if you would want to do, obviously it's your discretion. Another question that popped up on my Instagram was, what kind of content can you create with this? So there is a camera on the front. So if you're going to do like talking head stuff and you just want to do everything from your iPad, there's a front facing super wide camera up here, and they have a wide camera in the rear as well. So like you can do like your walking and stuff like that, or you can set it up just like I have set it up here. I have my camera, I have my SSD, my mic, and I'm creating this talking head. Literally everything from my iPad. Everything is connected to this iPad. It blew me away. I also was able to stream from this. Self-contained. I didn't have to use a capture card. I didn't have to use an outside camera. The camera that is front-facing on this iPad Pro was used for me to stream to Twitch, and I'll put in some clips of that as well. You can see me bounce around because I was looking for the best spot to have the camera. But I streamed it to Twitch from my iPad Pro using a PS5 controller, using a microphone so I can communicate and stuff like that off this dongle. And it was smooth. It was buttery smooth to me. I had no hiccups. It was a different kind of experience for streaming. And of course, you can always like screen record and stuff, or you can, especially with Macs, you can screen share and do all sorts of stuff with that. But I'm talking about just from my iPad Pro. The reason I bought this, the number one reason was I want to be able to stream. I want to use the camera that is on the iPad, and that checked. I want to stream to Twitch or wherever I want to stream to, that checked. I want to be able to connect a microphone, that checked. And evidently, if I wanted to put in like a webcam or like this FX30, I could do that as well and stream at the same time. That's insane. I do want to say that even that I kept the power supply going, I went from 100 to 85 in like 45 minutes. And that was because everything's connected and everything needs power. And the source of power coming out is through the Thunderbolt / USB-C. And the only power going in is the one that came in the box. So I want you to know that power goes quickly, especially the more stuff you hook up to. This USB-C dongle also has a 1 gigabit Ethernet port. I tested that out. I'll drop some clips right here so you can see. But it's crazy. Like you almost get the entire gig connected through Ethernet through a USB-C port. Mind blown. I can't say enough good things about this iPad Pro. I'm sure I could take this off-roading. Another Instagram question came, how is it off-roading? It's an 11-inch iPad Pro. I got the Magic Keyboard. It's all aluminum. It's nice. I'm sure it'll be okay. The only thing I would worry about is like dust and stuff. You can probably take this anywhere you want to go and it'll be just fine. Okay, so I've only had one other iPad before this one, and I got rid of it, which I wish I wouldn't have got rid of it. But the brightness on this iPad, actually the brightness on a lot of the equipment I have, this was so bright, like it felt so bright because of the tandem OLED, I guess, that I feel that I have to not have it that bright. And that's the first time where I'm just kind of like, okay, I need to turn this down because it kind of is a little bit too bright. The speakers, they sound okay. They're not like great. I mean, they're in a 5.1 millimeter device, like you know how they're going to sound. But there are like a lot of different options. Like I showed some on our earlier video where you can connect USB, like travel speakers, Bluetooth speakers, and they sound pretty good. So keep that in mind. They're not terrible. They're just not great. I did not realize that the iPad Pro was going to be this pro. And I'm not even a pro. Like I used DaVinci Resolve on this. It was buttery smooth. I had zero problems. It ate through the 4K timeline I had, even with a color grade. No problem. Just kind of almost as like I was working on my MacBook Pro. Almost. We all got to still remember it is an iPad. Streaming, it was nice. Just to have everything in one spot, kind of like with your PC, it was really nice. I enjoyed it. Actually, it's like no problem connecting and actually doing a stream. It's so easy. Does OBS work on it? Unfortunately, I have not been able to find a way to connect OBS to this. I did find another app. It's called Camo, C-A-M-O, and this is what I'm recording it on now. The only thing is 1080p 60, which is fine. Don't get me wrong. You can purchase like the Pro version. I'm sure it does like 4K and it gives you a whole bunch of different options. But this is what I'm using. This is all being recorded and done through the iPad Pro. Nothing else. I don't have microphone connected to my camera, or I don't have anything, not a capture card, not anything connected to this other than this dongle with my FX30 that's going right to this T7 shield, and the audio is coming out of this microphone that is connected to this. That's kind of crazy to me that it's that good. Regardless, I think that kind of really was the big surprise was, yes, I used my FX30 to make a FaceTime call, and it was crystal clear. It was beautiful. I did not know how to connect it to do anything else with it though. It, like, when you plug it in, it's not just like it's going to take over your camera. You have to find like the apps to use it with and everything. When I found this and I was able to connect it and use it for what it was intended for, like, I was blown away. I was like, okay, perfect. This is exactly what I wanted. So now I have a keyboard that helps me type and do some other type of functions. The reason I got a keyboard was I don't like fingerprints on monitors, and this that has a display on it, and I can't do it. I can't force myself to leave it on there and stuff like that. I can't. It makes sense for me anyway to get the keyboard because I have a weird something about seeing fingerprints on stuff that's not supposed to have fingerprints anyway. I think that you would be fine connecting any type of microphone you wanted to. I even think you'd be able to connect like a USB-C audio mixer and control things like that. I haven't tried it yet. I still got time. I probably will try it, especially when I stream. It has been a week with this iPad Pro, and honestly, I'm really blown away by this because I didn't expect this to be this good. The fact that I can record and then put it onto this SSD and use my microphone, that alone was like, okay, they got something going on. Anyway, guys, I wanted to show you something else. This, let's say you have a camera like my A6600, it doesn't have a Type-C, so I can't just connect it and it's going to work. Unfortunately for this one, I'm going to need a capture card. And what I've done is taken a capture card, hooked it up to my USB-C type hub, and then the HDMI goes into my camera with a micro HDMI while I'm using this wireless mic that's on my camera. So it's grabbing the audio off my wireless mic that's connected to the capture card, which is also connected to my hub. Unfortunately, this does have just that one port. It's kind of limiting, but if you're a little bit creative, like you have a hub, or if you have like an actual Thunderbolt docking station, that would probably be better. You're going to be able to connect a lot more things. Obviously, there's going to be limitations to this one controller that's in here. You'll be able to do a lot more than you think you're going to be able to do. I wanted to show you that if you don't have a Type-C connection to a camera, you're still not limited. You're actually okay. You can still use a capture card and be able to grab the, use your camera that you want to use, connect it to the hub, and you're going to be okay. I like that how versatile this whole system is. It's surprising. I didn't expect this iPad Pro to do this much. I've been surprised every single time. I mean, trust me, you're gonna have to do just a little bit of research. A lot of it's been done already by showing you this video, and then you'll be able to find like shortcuts and stuff. And there are people that just like to tinker like I do, but they're able to find out how to connect. So like one of the things was the OBS. Well, it's not OBS, it's Camo, but you're still able to do all the different things that I wanted to do, and it doesn't necessarily have to be OBS. If Stream Elements does it, I'm probably sure that you probably could. I haven't tried it. I just found that it was made for iPad, so I wanted to try it, and I think the interface is great. It looks great. I had no problem with it using external cameras and stuff. And that's another thing I was looking for. I connected my FX30 and all I could use it for was like FaceTime and stuff. And then I found this and I was like, okay, this is making a big difference for me. And as I keep finding things, I want to be able to stream using like a camera like this, or like the webcam that's like right here, and see if I can use those type of cameras for my streaming. I'm sure I can. It looks like I can through this, and in awe still while using this entire setup of the iPad Pro only and stream to Twitch or YouTube or whatever. Like I said, I wanted to bring you guys everything that I found so far because I'm going to research this a little bit more. I want you guys to see that you're not limited just because you don't have a certain connection. There's ways around it. Like I said, this A6600 does not have a Type-C and there's no HDMI anywhere here. I think it's great that I'm able to do stuff like this with a tablet. To me, it's mind-blowing. Anyway, guys, if videos like this help you out, type some comments down below. Let me know some of the things if you found anything that you didn't think an iPad could do, or if you're wondering, let me know in the comments. Anyway, guys, I gotta go because my back hurts.